So I think I would probably disagree a little bit in the sense that I think that, the on the surface level, you could look at this game and just say, hey, it's a stupid game. It's all a pyramid scheme and this and that, which is probably true. But I think the part that, and the reason why I covered the banana game for my newsletter is that I felt like there was an important sort of like market data point here, and basically an indication of a larger potential trend or theme to come.
This is a no bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
You come to me today on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you want to speak about a banana game. You traveled from India, where you have a gaming company, and you come to me, and you have questions about a banana game.
All right, guys, what are we talking? Are we just talking banana game today?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah,
I love how much prep you guys like to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, this specific episode.
I have
exactly,
a lot of prep, by the way.
because it's
Yeah, I have prep too.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
All the prep. Yeah. Oh, that's even better. Ooh, welcome everyone. You know how this episode is going to be absolutely super serious because the intro is done by Felix. Thank you very much, Felix, for the Marlon Brando intro.
Welcome.
And we have a special guest, Joseph came again. Hey. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming, because we're gonna record an episode about banana game, which happened to be live on Steam for some time, and it's all over the place. So it's absolutely weird. I saw there's like cucumber games now, clones, and some other shit. I was reading for some of the Steam comments, and I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. But before we go there, Jakub, why are you so?
I'm also angry. I'm just looking at my settings at autoclicker.
Ooh,
You're cheating with an autoclicker? No way.
No, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Leave it.
He's cheating anyway because he's always playing on the emulator.
This is played natively on Steam, man. It's PC game. Even if it's a game to begin with.
Usually, but usually, okay, just start, fucking idiot. Well, I mean, JK, you wrote about it in the newsletter, and it was all over the news recently, and not only recently, but kind of like last month, I think.
It's still all over the news.
Yeah, can someone introduce this properly?
I mean, you started quite well, so you can do it.
Yeah, Remia,
if you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you an offer you won't refuse.
I knew it.
Okay, so currently it's still in top 10 Steam games by CCU, which banana.
It's more popular than
than
you. For sure, it's more popular than me. But it's more popular than Apex Legends. Like really?
Yes. We'll get to it. It's bots.
A lot of bots, right? Like I would assume 90% plus, maybe
99.
Yeah.
But sure.
Yeah. This is the one and only game where you click, and then stuff happens, which I don't know why I can't even click.
Because you're cheating.
Oh, they made.
You just one click and you
You
failed.
need to actually now click on the banana that was updated, because before you could click even elsewhere. Now you actually need to click on the banana. That's a new one. Yeah, so this is how it looks. There's just like a stupid picture of banana, nothing really to it. It kind of measures clicks per second thing, and I'll show you how it goes.
It's not stupid.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
If I click on the
It's
button on
brilliant.
the bottom, it goes into their default banana item store. This is really important for later. Just keep that in mind. We'll cover it in more detail. And then you have the settings thing, which you can change the resolution. And now there's link to the Discord, which is, by the way, fucking huge. And then the workshop items where you can import.
How big?
I think 160K was it last time I saw it, or something like that. You can now,
again,
because of the latest update, you
bots.
can now import your own bananas into it. That's there, and
what's the UI is what, like Windows 95 or
scary AF.
I don't know, like we can go a little bit bigger or smaller or whatever was there. Yeah,
you just
whatever.
Yeah.
please go.
Go
bigger,
game
go,
with UGC
go home.
is very dangerous. That's all I'm gonna say.
The important update that was done actually last week that the game did was the one that actually introduced the saving functionality, by the way, which the game didn't still have. So if I would close the game, I would start again from 0. So now you can actually, like, the big number on the screen now saves. Literally, that's what was the big update on June 26th in the game. And they added the delete button on the inventory because I guess people are getting too much crap skins, so they wanted to get rid of those. And then the workshop button I talk about, and that's pretty much it. I think it was the second biggest update to the actual thing, with the first one being this one, where now you need to click once every 3 hours to get a drop for once every 18 hours for the rare drop. So this was their like bot prevention kind of mechanism or whatever. But basically,
well, Jakub, wait. It's like, so this is a clicker game. You click on bananas and then what?
It's like a half-baked scam, basically. There's
sure, but like the introduction of the game, right? You click on banana, then what do you get?
That's the first thing. And then in the meantime, you can get banana skins, the ones that you see in here, where they are, that sometimes drop into your inventory. It's like a gacha. It's basically a slot machine in the end. But
why do I click on the banana?
Because there's a chance that you can get the skins, but the problem is the problem is that they kept it by hour. So it doesn't matter now how much times you even click. You just need to run it for hours. And before, you would do stuff like this, that you would have these auxiliary tools like this one. Let me get this right. And you just leave it here and click, and that's how it goes. And you would leave it overnight, and you would do an increase to not 100 milliseconds, but 1 millisecond. And there we go. And this is how you play the game.
How many people are playing this game?
300,000 something. We'll get to that number.
Yeah, I think all-time peak was over 900,000 CCU.
Yeah,
it's more than Helldivers.
Yes, actually, yes. The main point here. The main point here's the whole thing. So all-time peak 890,000. The developer himself already on Polygon or Kotaku article, don't remember which one, admitted that it's 75% bot traffic, which I think is not 75%, it's 99%. Because the thing is that people can literally have thousands of instances of this game running on the same PC and just leave it going, and they get the skins. That's the thing. Because you see the waves here, it's completely unnatural pattern. Even if I kind of zoomed in, you don't see like day and night cycles. If we would go something like, I don't know, let's take PUBG for instance. You see, this is how like a normal read on the CCU should look on a live game.
People actually sleep sometimes.
But here, they don't sleep because bots don't sleep. That's the thing.
No,
so
I think the game
obvious.
is so much fun that people don't want to sleep.
Of course.
Exactly. You just want to click on the banana all the 24 hours.
Of course. For sure. So, yeah, I think it's still some comment where somebody was saying like these kind of big kind of, you see this, still... like this looks like a market share where like algos broke and then go up again. Where somebody's whatever bot farm goes out of power and then goes immediately back again, which is probably happening somewhere here. This is not real players at all. You don't have these things. So yeah, it's
guys. By the way, my mic is not set to the right mic. Does that matter to you guys? Is my audio coming across okay?
No,
it's fine. Don't worry.
It's banana.
Yeah, it's fine. It's bananas. It's bananas.
Yeah, so in the end, where it leaves us is that we have this community market where you can sell these skins actually, and this is the whole kind of a meat of this whole thing, where you have different banana kind of let's say rarities, where if I order it by quantity, there's currently 15 million bananas listed for $0.03 US.
Why is this not an NFT?
Why it needs to be an NFT?
Exactly.
That's the whole point of it. Like, why even use these things if you can have all the shenanigans and all the fun without any blockchain technology? So that's there. And if we go by if we go by price, there's actually the Cryptic Nana and Razer Banana, because there was actually cooperation with Razer, which was done on June 23rd, where they're giving away this legendary Razer Banana every day for 69 days. Why not? And the bananas are where they are. They already sold at 300. This is the cryptic one. 320 one sold, and then what's there? And then one sold for 217.
It's like one banana for 200.
One
like,
for
who cares?
228. Yeah, that's it. So that's how it goes. Currently.
How much has this guy made doing this stupid game?
A lot. I think the
what does mean a lot? How do you
the thing is that
lot?
The calculation, as I understood from the reviews of the game, is that when these things sell, even the 3 cents thing, it's that he gets 1 cent, the Steam store gets the other cents, and the 3rd cent goes to the player. So even though he still gets 1 cent, keep in mind how many fucking transactions happen with these bananas.
How many has happened?
You tell me. But there's millions of them.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of transactions, but it wasn't clear to me how the economics work out, because when I tried to sell a banana for like 10 cents, it showed that the buyer pays 12 cents and then I would receive 10, but you would typically think that Valve would get 30%, right? And then the developer would probably take something. So it wasn't clear. It does. Yeah, I'm not quite sure on the economics, but you'd have to think that there's at least for me, it wasn't clear based upon when I tried it out.
Yeah. As I said, like last time, I saw it, and you see here that most of these things are priced literally by 3 cents. Just by the granularity of these things, you can really cut those cents into lower numbers percentage-wise. So my guess is that 1 cent developer, 1 cent Steam, 1 cent player. That's it.
What about those like 400 then? What about those 400?
They sold for 400. That's there.
Yeah, but then I guess that 1 cent is not going to the developer.
Like the Cryptic Nana, I think, like the biggest one sold for 1,700 basically, June 20th, and then it tanked to $500 or something like that. So this is, I think, the rare one where.
Well, we want to see the volumes of the volumes of the transactions. Where can I see those?
I think this one at the bottom. Like, it's just very small. That's it.
Exactly.
The granny meme.
Let me stop you right there. So, Remo, give me the screen if you can. So, don't worry to the story. There is a happy mobile ending to the story.
Well, there's a mobile game now.
There's in the form of a mobile Cinderella saga. Don't worry. We're going to tie it back to mobile. So, Faisal Fayaz Mashish, genius, saw this. He saw an opportunity. Saw a Steam game that was rising. And basically, he copied this game. And he listens to this podcast, I'm sure, because he executed with a shitload of ads.
Well,
what happens when you first open this game? App open ad. You click on a button, interstitial. How to get to the main button where you click on the banana? You click on the main screen, interstitial. You choose free mode or quest, interstitial. Then you see the banana. And if you want to leave that screen, you see an interstitial again. So this game has been downloaded over 5,000 times in a month, which means that according to my estimates, Faisal Fayaz Mashish has made $722 by being on the ball. And that's the happy ending.
Man, I have even a better one. Give me the screen. I'll do a fatality. Let me show you.
Jesus Christ! I mean,
by the way, there's another one I just found.
Wait. Can I just tell you what other games Faisal Fayaz Mashis has made? Because he's made quite a few.
There's a lot of them, but get this one. The last thing that the banana developer basically said that they're now doing a crowdfunding for banana plushies, which means that you can pledge $2 today, and if they have 60 supporters, you will be charged additional $28 for a banana plushie. So
Money Matej, are you gonna make it happen? You're gonna donate $2?
Yeah, I'm gonna donate $2 just out of fun. Why? But I'm still kind of, I still don't understand why is this like 300,000?
The CCU?
Well,
it's called FOMO, nothing else. It's pretty much people are struggling with FOMO and they want to get
idiots.
It's economic principles basically. You can see here literally how the bubble can rise up here to 800K, and then
yes, you just want to click and get the skins so you can sell it at least for cents.
An electricity bill from the bot farm and thought okay, this doesn't make sense. So they slowly switching off the bot farms and starting to understand that those, how many are there? 15 million bananas. Where's the marketplace one? So yeah, it's not really sufficient. 15 million banana, 3.5 million Moinana, and I don't know even what's there. Knights Nana. It will be just floated. It's very close to Axie Infinity, just on a much faster scale, basically. If you remember how their economy collapsed, it was kind of very, very similar.
So I think I would probably disagree a little bit in the sense that I think that, the on the surface level, you could look at this game and just say, hey, it's a stupid game. It's all a pyramid scheme and this and that, which is probably true. But I think the part that, and the reason why I covered the banana game for my newsletter is that I felt like there was an important sort of market data point here, and basically an indication of a larger potential trend or theme to come, right? Which is, and for me, that was one, it kind of showed that this play to earn model, which we found had massive success in the crypto Web3 space for games like Axie Infinity and things like that, where you're providing an economic incentive for players to play games. This was kind of for me, the first example of where some kind of play to earn type of model could potentially exist outside of crypto. So that was one thing. But then I think the second thing that it indicated to me is that, when I think of games, I generally think of games in terms of a latent human desire and the manifestation of some kind of latent human desire that exists in people. And so when people are clicking on these bananas, trying to get these bananas, it tells me that I believe that this notion of speculation and collection is underserved in games today. So while banana game in and of itself is like a stupid, completely dumb click thing, and for me, it was more the business model in the highlighting of potentially latent human desires that are probably not being well served in existing mobile games today. To me, those are the big things that you can take away from even something as stupid as this, right? It's got traction for a reason, is my point.
And I don't think it's stupid at all. It's just absolutely brilliant, simple idea that people like. I mean, for of course, multiple different reasons.
Yeah, and so you can even the way that I think about this is what's the so what? Okay, so one is you could potentially if you're thinking about the world and opportunities as different local and global maxima, you could take this model here, and is there a way of making this better? So people are just copying the basic model, but what if you had more interesting gameplay? And there've been, and I would, without calling out the specific games, I think there have been a lot of Japanese games that have better depth with these kind of cute, whether it's bananas or mushrooms or whatever. But I think that if you were to make a better game along with this kind of business model, that could potentially dramatically increase the kind of traction and success that you can get with this kind of game. And then I think the other thing for more traditional game developers like myself or others out there in the market would be to then understand, okay, if speculation is a thing, if potentially play to earn is a thing that can be manifested outside of the crypto Web3 space, then how could you potentially build a new game or adapt these kinds of, latent human desires into an existing game? So that's kind of like how I think about it. And so that's why I was kind of excited about the banana game. It's like, okay, there's something here, there's some potential here, right?
Yeah.
And so like
Pokemon Go, but you can sell the Pokemon.
Yeah, and one of the things, and it's not to the degree, but like I remember when Warcraft 3 mod Defense of the Ancients, it was like very hard to download, very hard to get installed. When you first play that game, you have a lot of toxic people like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking noob. It was really like a bad experience. But then the Riot guys through League of Legends made this kind of hardcore thing better. And so, but what you knew was that there was some kind of a model there with the Defense of the Ancients mod that was powerful. And that's what I would say about this banana game. There's something here that's powerful. And so then can we casualize and make this a more of a mass market thing? Because I think if you do that, then you've got something where now you're talking about potentially meaningful business or a meaningful opportunity for a game developer to exploit.
Let me throw a little bit of a torpedo there, because there's one thing that's called money. And this whole thing, in my opinion, is powered by the notion that it kind of find the loophole in Steam Marketplace where these things can multiply and kind of live happily ever after in the Steam Marketplace itself. Because the skins themselves are, if I understand correctly, they are hitting the lowest denominator for the listing price, those 3 cents. You can't list them lower.
You can't list them lower, that's right.
You can or can't?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, so you can. Yeah, so
lower.
And the model still works even with that. And the problem is that if I would run this operation at scale, imagine I would have a bot farm, and especially in the first how is it, first weeks of the bubble, so somewhere there like beginning of June, where it was just like 300k, I think a lot of people actually made a lot of money on this game, the ones like the bot farmers actually. So that's completely okay, and I think like it's the typical kind of the NFT like whole FOMO. The first comes, like the first kind of first movers advantage, let's call it like that, and these people makes money. But regarding the model itself, I think in itself it kind of proves that people will react to stuff like casinos, which like that's basic human psychology. The operational conditioning works perfectly as it used to from 70s, which is if you give a random reward schedule, people will kind of reinforce their habit much faster than if it's direct reward rather than random reward. And then the other thing is that because of this kind of money element, it's just attracting more and more audiences because money is involved by itself. If we would take all of the money value out of it, would you think that we would be talking about this game now? If you cannot get any monetary value out of the skins itself.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Right?
Why would you take
the game
that
itself
away?
is nothing. It's a business model, right? And I'm not saying
I'm on Joe's side on this argument, 100%.
Yeah, I don't say
it makes a really good argument.
You don't copy exactly the way that this game monetizes, but what I think you do is you try to understand, okay, you've got the notion of like, well, Steam in particular has, and this was new to me in terms of that community market, such an easy way to sell items from games, right? And you see like, CSGO has always been one of the top games through selling these kind of like skins and things like that. So you've got these kinds of markets, in the US, fantasy football, for example, is one of the biggest. It's not like a digital game, but fantasy football in terms. Well, it is kind of digital, but the ability to like bet on and speculate is something that I think I think this game proves that players would like to do in some form or some way. Now, how you actually, the hard part is how do you actually manifest that in a game to serve that latent human desire? But if you could, what I'm saying is like there is the potential like to be able to give players ability to speculate, to potentially give players the ability to have an economic incentive for a game, to then make that game, be more attractive, especially if what we're seeing from the banana game is an indication of how big that desire is. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, again, I'm not saying do it exactly like the banana game.
Then the question is, how would you do it on mobile? Because I don't think you can have this community market on App Store or Google Play.
Yeah, I think the
money question.
That's the money.
Yeah, no. I actually had a call with some game CEOs, and they were more on the PC side. I was like, guys, you guys are lucky because like if I was doing more Steam stuff, I'd be looking at this a little bit more carefully and figuring out how to leverage this. But yeah, to your point, Matej, I think it is harder on mobile. I don't think it's impossible on mobile, right?
It's most probably it's not impossible, but then you are going back to that question, like the marketplace is outside of your mobile game on your web, and then that's connected to web shops afterwards as well, maybe. And
I agree with you. It's a little further out on mobile for sure, and maybe not even as possible, but it's clearly on the Steam side. It's right there.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind, which I want to talk about, is just the only time I've seen a game right now that had a good kind of crypto solution where this kind of latent need that you're talking about would actually be addressed would be Night Crows, which we covered on the podcast, I think, almost a year ago. And they had a crypto solution. How did that go in the Remo? Did you follow up on that? Like, because they had a pretty interesting crypto solution.
If I understand, they were just talking. They will implement the crypto solution.
They never did it. Yeah.
Never did it. We didn't follow, but at that point and age when we covered it, they didn't have that, but they were proclaiming they will do that. That's the thing. But yeah, I fully agree with the thing that imagine it as basically being inside the World of Warcraft game, where auction house is one of the main kind of gameplay drivers there. Don't get me wrong, there's literally a portion of the player base. I was also like, when I was even playing Ultima Online, this was like my favorite activity, just stand in the marketplace and make a lot of money by selling things and like total mana refresh potions and stuff like that. It's really engaging if you literally run your business inside the game. If you can corner the market, if you can, interact with the market forces and stuff like that, that's definitely there. And yeah, it's definitely underserved. The thing is that the value of these things needs to be assigned by the players. Therefore, you need an engaging game somewhere there behind. That's why we had all of those Chinese gold farmers, because the gold had really big value. Everybody wants to use it to, craft their gear, craft their materials, go into dungeons, go into raids, to challenge content, so on and so forth. So it was a side effect of that whole thing. Yeah, it would probably work perfectly in a Steam marketplace because it's like a closed system where stuff cannot go out. Actually, it can just, you can buy Steam games out of it. If I get that right, you cannot just like directly get rich quick kind of a scheme. And therefore, yeah, it's like one of the unchallenged kind of waters there, because all the crypto, whatever, like all these other solutions, the biggest problem was always the friction, which is still to this day, if I understand, is kind of, not really solved to a big degree.
Well, they also built community quite quickly around this on Discord.
By the way, the game has like super good reviews, like 84%, 33K reviews. Yes,
also better than Helldivers.
And what is the most helpful review? It says every 5 likes, I put a banana into my ass. That's the most helpful review there, right there. It's like, what the fuck? So this is how you get very positive reviews.
Turn out into meme. That's it.
It's a joke. Yeah. I love memes, man. I can imagine like, why did I should just use this in a cooking games as a creative.
Maybe.
Just clicking on a banana, just serving it on a plate.
I should make some creatives around this, Matej.
I was digging into some like research on this regarding the developer, and if I understood correctly, he already did one other game which was kind of similar to this, where there was No, it was some forest something German word, and then you could also sell trees in it or something like that, but that didn't run, and this one actually ran. So this is not like, it's not his first attempt on doing these things actually. So this is the second one which actually went viral. So that's there, but still, yeah, it's more of a like a, I think it's great in a way, as Joe said, that it will refocus people's attention on the possibility of Steam's community marketplace, because they now saw the power of it, like what it can do and how it can, take these giant numbers into it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Any other comments to this absolutely amazing
Never
phenomenon?
tell anyone outside the family what you're thinking.
Oh, but I could definitely agree. Like, this kind of shows us that there are just endless possibilities of how to just try new things, even though it's like full of bots.
Let me ask you guys a question. So, with what we've seen and what we've learned here, what would you guys build? How would you +1 the banana game?
That's a good thing.
Panelists.
Okay. First things first, I would do like the first kind of vector mountain I would put on my design would be, I don't know, man, it would be, you wouldn't be able to emulate it with bots. That would be the first thing. The gameplay needs to be naturally.
But why?
You want to drive those Steam numbers to then get you more attention, right? Like a virtuous cycle.
Those are Indian.
Exactly. That's just growth engine.
Those are not as sustainable. Like Indian, if the game is good, it will grow by itself. That's the thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ! How many times I've heard this? We have amazing games. Don't need
PC
marketing
Steam.
at all.
This is not your performance marketing mobile thing. If the game is good and you
even Steam games,
that's okay. But why did you build it on bots? It's like, where is gonna lead basically? And how do you? The other thing, if you build your plan on virality, it will probably fail because you cannot like build for virality.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe
that I would do first, and then the other one, there needs to be some kind of actual kind of loop there, which probably would be, definitely like some kind of power progression or whatever, something there.
Yeah, pay to win, and then just put things in it.
That could be it. Like management games are also kind of good these days. Like that's not the problem. It's more of a what? Oh, you already have your idea? Great.
I know. Sure. Of course.
But the thing is that the important thing would be that these bananas or whatever, I would rather be more intrigued of how the functionality from the items that are flowing around the marketplace would be done. This, I think, is the key here. Not that they're skins. Skins is like just rudimentary first thing that comes up your head. Imagine that the things would be consumable, for instance, so they would have a natural outflow of the economy, and then the other thing that they would be usable actually, so they would have gameplay power and gameplay functionality. So this is the key, if you can work around these two conditions within the core gameplay.
Yeah.
And super complicated. Easy stuff. Yeah. You know how we talked about the supermarket manager simulator? Just partner with these games and they will buy the bananas from you directly so they could stock up the store. The shelves. Done. Fucking done.
Give it the screen.
Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah. I would probably think about it from a theme, gameplay, and marketing perspective. So theme, obviously, like I think the big miss is why aren't we seeing a mushroom version of this game, right? Like if you want to meme this, if you want UGC with crazy shit, mushroom's the way to go. So that's what I would do on theme. And then two, for the gameplay, I think it's got to be more stateful with progression. So I would probably add some ways of being able to like upgrade capabilities or types of mushrooms where there's like, Pokemon type evolution in your mushroom or banana.
That'd be cool.
And then I'd be
merge for mushrooms.
I would probably have some notion of, because I do think the other thing that's part of speculation is collection, and so I would have some way of being able to complete collections to provide mid and long-term objectives around, okay, I want these classes of bananas or mushrooms or whatever, so you can complete sets and then gain some advantages. And then I would try to actually, the way that the drops occur, I think, is too passive. So like if you were to the best, I guess sort of metaphor for like getting something cool is a gacha box, right? And so if you were to encapsulate your drop into something a little bit more substantial, like a gacha box or something like that you get, that, you could do like Clash Royale style, you're going to get this in this much time. So you really want to bring people back to come in and then open that gacha box to get their new banana or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that would create a stronger retention loop. And then I think on the marketing side, I would probably try to build in a little bit more of a pyramid scheme. So something like, referral codes.
Like
put in people's email addresses, numbers, or whatever. Have them put in their codes, and then just really be able to get some bonuses and advantages, and some kind of economic model to like really drive additional posting about, here's my, check out my mushroom or whatever, and then posting and things like that, and providing bonuses for that. But I think the copies that I've seen just seem lazy to me.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Like up until
these PC guys, not to dog on the PC guys, but come on, mobile guys are a little bit more innovative.
Am I the only one who's thinking about money though? Like, I made a meme. It's like stick some banner ads on the bottom. Like, come on.
I think up until the pyramid scheme comment, what you said, Joe, was basically Legend of Mushroom, if I understand correctly.
Maybe. The mushroom game I'm thinking about that I would probably, like, if I were to do this kind of a game, which I don't plan on doing. I mean, we got too much shit we're working on. I'm way behind, but like, there's this other Japanese mushroom game that I would totally like base my game off of. But anyway, I'll leave that as an exercise for the audience if they want to try to figure out what that is.
Yes. Yeah.
Before wrapping up, do you guys want to take a guess at what Faisal Fayyaz Mashish most popular game is?
Jesus,
it's really funny because he has 3 other games, right? So one of the games is the Banana Clone, but he's a single guy developer, right? But his most popular game is called My Favorite Russian Car Race. It's a bunch of Ladas and you race them.
Probably another meme that we missed, I guess.
That was probably another meme, yeah.
Oh, I love how random this episode was. This is great.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. No, like it's as random as it gets, especially on Steam and banana trends.
One last thing regarding this. Do you really think that Steam's going to keep up with it and just keep it in the top 10 CCU charts forever now?
Why not?
Why not?
Because then it means that in like 5 years we're going to have all the CCU charts done like this, basically.
It's probably more of a fad. I don't think this thing sustains.
Yeah.
But if somebody does your upgraded solution you just described, it's going to end up exactly the same, and then it's going to be more and more
even
and
better,
more.
I would say.
We'll outperform, yeah, for sure. But
I don't think we're going to talk about this game ever again, if I'm really honest.
I don't know. Like, for me, it seems really natural that somebody, as you said, probably like 5 to 6 serious teams are currently working on this iteration of how to actually squeeze more money out of this idea. And they're going to end up in the Steam charts anyway, because they build it, as you said, directly. Like, they will take all the bots with them into their economy. And they will see like how the charts will do like this and go from the banana farm into the whatever new mushroom farm.
Yeah, if Admon is important, I would probably also put in like a progress tracker, like like in Brawl Stars, if you win, you can win up to like 11 battles and you get rewards along the way. I'd put it like
mechanics.
An ad progress thing. You watch this many ads, then you can get a little reward, and you watch like 11 ads that day and you get like a bigger reward or something like that.
Yeah, but on PC, Felix, on PC or desktop, like
still banners on
how?
desktop.
What can you?
Interstitials are rewarded, but still banners.
Okay, but who? Actually, who? Like Google banners or like who's that?
Google Ad Manager.
Do they pay for bot traffic?
No, they figure that out quite quickly.
Okay, well then you're fucked. So.
I don't know if they are highly incentivized to really crack down on all the bots from word on the street.
For one of the
I remember reading this article
they
estimated
have a
on
fraud
mobile.
team, but I don't think that fraud team is super incentivized to root out all fraud.
Yeah, I read this article that estimated that 40% of banner clicks on mobile are misclicks, like accidental clicks.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah, put it on the right, right spot. Just surprise. Okay. I guess
this was the most fun episode for quite a while.
This conversation was bananas, guys.
Yeah.
Bananas, yeah. Totally bananas. Thanks, Jakub, for coming. Thanks for listening. Join the Slack. Please comment on our YouTube channel. What did you think about the episode? And see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye, guys.